Hello everybody, I have a 1v1 reinforcement game here on Tundra versus Mighty Icy. I'm going to start things off by skipping ahead the first 30 seconds so that I can fit this all into one video without the use of any fast forwarding or anything like that, other than the 30 seconds that I just cut from there. But you didn't miss anything. I just got stuffs with my Warthog and got some infantry here to be defending from a potential pelican rush that I think may be coming, because I did start off by queuing up 2 heavy supply pads instead of my normal 1, so that means that I got less infantry from my initial wave here, and that means that he may take advantage of that and try to pelican rush me, and there I just saw it. So I'm going to move all my units to the back of my base where I'm sure he's going, because that's where the Warthog was, and I'm going to wait for him. And also you'll see that I'm getting a wave very soon, so I'm going to get as much money as I can and try and reinforce this. And I've got plenty of units now to hold this off, and that's why I don't recommend pelican rushing in 1v1 reinforcements, because it's just too easy to fight off. Because usually by the time your pelican gets to their base, they'll either be really close to getting a wave or have already gotten that wave. So it's just not worth it unless you see them going reactor first or something like that. Then of course, by all means, pelican rush them. But in this case it didn't work out so well, so I'm going to be using my temporary advantage and move out my infantry across the map and do some scouting, pick up some resources. What I usually like to do with my infantry is just try and take as many of the energy walls as I can, just for kicks, because there's really not much else to do with my infantry. And there I tried to bank my wave on that reactor, but failed miserably, and now I have more infantry. So, whoop-de-doo, I guess. I'm going to be using them to reinforce whatever energy wall I try to take. And it's time to finally scout Mighty Icy's base and see what he's got in store for me over there. There's some renegade marines here, but they are not wearing green, so my marines do not like him, and they killed them. Haha, murdered him. And now when I take this energy wall, I want to make sure that my flamers are in front of the wall so that they can actually attack things that are trying to attack the wall. Not that this energy wall has any bearing on the game at all, but if I want to defend it, that's how I would want to do it. Of course, these guys are going to be a little late to the party. And I just lost my Warthog. Great, but I did see that he's going the very, very typical forge build in reinforcements, the same one that I am doing. But he probably banked his money a lot better than I did, since I have all this useless infantry here right now. But oh, as you can see, it looks like he got a pretty bad wave too, because there's some flamers and cyclops there, which you can actually use cyclops to crush buildings pretty easily with a well-placed pelican drop. Like right now, I don't really have any defenses at my base, so he could probably drop those at my base with the Warthog that is sitting in front of my base, but I guess he's choosing not to do that. And instead he's going to be taking this wall from me. Oh, ho ho, I guess he took the wall from me. Well, how about that? Wave incoming, great. More infantry! Unbelievable. So I'm going to have to use this infantry to do something. I can't really, I guess I could get the mega turret, but then I see all those hornets and I'm like, crap. So I got to set up a turret, and if you're going to set up turrets on your base, be sure to put your turrets by your reactor instead of at the front of your base, because your reactors are the main things you want to be protecting. So I'm just going to leave my marines here, because they're soft counter to air. And there's the hornets right on time. I'm going to go send my flamethrowers away so they don't just get killed. Because of course, pro tip, flamers can't shoot air. That turret completes, well, just before it dies, and now unfortunately he's going to turn around and finish it off. Oh, I knew ye well, turret. But I am fighting him off with my infantry. What I need to do is split them off and defend both sides of my base with them. Or at least guard that turret. Moving my flamers not to the mega turret because, of course, they can't clear it out by themselves. And I'm just going to wait for my next wave, and hopefully I'll get some tanks. And I'll use that to go clear out the mega turret. And then my flamers will come in and claim it. That's my plan from here. And sure enough, I get tanks. Yay! Finally not infantry. How about that? And I'm going to send my tanks immediately to the mega turret because I need to make use of it quite quickly here. These hornets are still on my base, but they haven't really killed anything yet because I'm keeping them on the run with my marines. They're about to kill that supply pad, but you win some, you lose some. As you can see, a lot of his hornets are really low on health, and I gotta pay attention to my tanks down there by the mega turret, make sure that they don't get killed, because believe it or not, those rebel infantry there can kill tanks if you leave them unguarded or unwatched. So I'm just gonna micro my tanks around a little bit until all of the infantry down there is dead, and I get very lucky there as Mighty Icy's tanks rolled on through. They did kill all of my flamers, so I'm going to have to pelican drop this marine so that I can have a squad to put in the mega turret, but I'm very lucky that he did not see my tanks clearing out this mega turret here, or else he probably would have just turned around and killed them. So now I'm in a pretty bad spot, and I'm about to lose all of my buildings on my base because he does have 3 2-star tanks there, and they do a lot of building damage. So my only hope pretty much rests on this mega turret. Can my marines get in there in time? Find out next time. No. Find out right now. So he pretty much thinks he has this in the bag, which is probably the reason he wasn't microing his tanks, and then boom! I guarantee that he did not see that one coming. So I'm going to be able to fight this off now because I just got a wave of hornets, and yeah. So I pretty much managed to pull that one out of my ass, basically. Very, very lucky he did not see my tanks in the middle. So because of that, I am still in this game. So now what I'm pretty much going to wait to do is, well, I'm going to heal these units, of course, and then I'm going to try and wait for my first 3K wave, because neither of us have gotten one of those yet. So I'm going to head over here to my mega turret and drop the heal on all of my units at once. How about that? Oh, and as soon as I drop the heal, a whole new squad of 2-star hornets shows up here, and all I have are 2 1-star tanks and 5 1-star hornets. So I do have 1 unit on him, but unfortunately hornets are super effective against tanks. But as long as I keep my hornets with my tanks, I will be able to have higher DPS on him, and I will be able to eventually whittle his units down quite a bit. My mega turret is ready to fire once more, so I'm going to take aim at a reactor, because if a reactor is not upgraded, it will blow up. And as you heard in the background, that was his reactor exploding. So I don't have to go scout to see that it is dead, because I know it is. And I'm continuing to fight these hornets off somehow. I'm really not sure, like, each star is 10%, so those hornets are 10% stronger than mine, and 10% stronger than my tanks too, but I guess unupgraded hornets just have so little defense that unupgraded tanks are able to do quite a bit of damage to them. So that was very fortunate for me, and I finally banked my wave correctly, And I have some extra infantry here to try and reinforce my mega turret just in case my squad dies. Once again, my heal gets interrupted by rude Mr. Mighty Icy, and I punish him by killing his last hornet. Take that! Unfortunately, my tank is still not healed, and that tank is such a hero, I really don't want to lose him. But he's just going to wait here by that mega turret until my next heal comes back, and until reinforcements can come and we can finally move on to his base. I usually don't like to move out to their base until I get my 3-star wave, but sometimes I will do it with 2-star units. If I see that they don't have 2-star units, then I will attack. But I am pretty careful when I play, so I'm going to mega turret that reactor again, and once again you can hear the explosion in the background, confirming that I did kill it. So good for me, but unfortunately there's a bunch of flamers and cyclops coming to the middle, so I'm hoping that it was because of me blowing up his reactor that he got all these waves, but it would be quite unfortunate if he had 2 tech and he got those cyclops. But, you know, it happens. That's what happens in reinforcements. You just gotta take your waves as they come and work with them. So he did manage to get that mega turret from me, and now he's going to take aim at my reactor. And unfortunately, he's doing this right before I was about to get my 3K wave, so I was pretty upset about that. And I'm about to lose this tank. I really got to get him out of there. Come on, tank. Run, tank. Come on, run. Can't believe I almost lost my tank to a bunch of cyclops and flamethrowers. How's that work? But anyways, I did get 3-star warthogs, and most people would shrug and groan and be very upset that they got those, but once you get grenadier on them, their power level is over 9,000! So I wouldn't even recommend using your warthogs until you get grenadier. You might be tempted to send them out with only gunner, but trust me, they just become a lot more useful with grenadier, and you can take out buildings really quickly. So all you gotta do is really wait until their main army is out of place, away from their base, and you can swoop in with your grenadier hogs and win the game, basically. But for now, I'm gonna have to be content just mowing down all of this infantry here in the middle, because they can't even hit my warthogs, so that's very good news for me. I don't have to worry about taking any damage from them. Although they are getting in a few punches and scrapes, I suppose. Luckily I got the mega turret out of his hands, but unfortunately I don't have any infantry to put in it for myself. So, that's too bad. So now what I'm basically trying to do is wait for my heal to come back, and I'm going to use that right before my wave comes, and hopefully my small amount of money will garner me some infantry. That's right, I actually want some infantry for once, but of course I don't get it. I get 2 0-star hornets. How random is that? But whatever. I did get spotted here, and I do have grenadiers, so I'm going in for my attack. I'm just going to drive past these tanks, give him the finger as I drive past, and so he probably knows what he's in store for now, and that is the utter destruction of every building on his base. Just watch as they get sawed down like lumber. I'm going to start with the reactors, of course, just so he doesn't get any clutch waves. And now that he is down to 1 tech, I'm not too worried about the other reactor, but I might as well take that down. And he's going to resign any moment now, but good game. Of course, reinforcements is all based upon luck, and Mighty Icy would destroy me in an actual 1v1, so I'm very happy to have played against him in reinforcements, and stay tuned for future reinforcements videos. Bye.